everybody knows what to do, but you just got to go get out there and do it, like straight
Right.
up. It's okay to
Right.
make mistakes, right? I mean, so what, you know? But yeah,
That's
man,
that's the main part right there. Just taking the action and doing it. Because
totally. Yeah,
you just do a lot of like learning about it, but you're not going to learn unless you actually go and fail and go try each time. You know.
be confident, right? Just be
Right.
confident, quietly confident, and go about your business. And so, RJ, what is the context of what we got going on with Antonio here?
Antonio, connected with Antonio. He's part of our text community, I believe. And he had he responded by saying like he had a bird dog deal, right? And so
Yeah.
he's already doing some wholesaling, but he had a bird dog deal. So we want to talk about that. And then we've got a 15 to 20 minute here. We're going to record it. We're 4 minutes into this. But quickly kind of go over, like you said, you're 19, you already started wholesaling, but you're also bird dogging. Is that what it?
Yeah. So I got a bunch of friends that are realtors, and we were just out one day door knocking and cold calling. And actually, we went to my family's bakery, and just around the area, we were just door knocking, whatever. And we came across this for sale by owner sign. So, it was getting late at night, but, I was like, we're already door knocking. Let's door knock this one and see what happens. Just so happens where the guy put the sign out 20 minutes prior, and we were the first people to ever contact him. And I was like, for me personally, it was already like a pretty good renovated house. So I wasn't going to wholesale this one. So I had my realtor friend with me, and I was like, yeah, man, get on this as soon as possible. So he made some calls to his buyers, and the next day, literally in like 2 hours, he sold it for asking price.
Oh.
And then the best part about it was the guy that was selling it didn't know much about like the commissions or whatever. So he actually bumped him up to 4% commission on his seller's end, which gave him a lot more revenue. So it was like, he helped me out a lot too.
Wow. So bird dogging works, man. Like, because a lot of people don't really understand it and don't believe in it, but you're living proof that you take action, you see something that's a good deal, and you just picked up the phone and called your realtor friend. Like that's all it took. And then they transacted it. You brought the deal to them and you got paid. And how much did you get paid?
I got paid $2,000. I mean, for literally 10 minutes, you can't beat that, honestly. I mean, I'm not the type of guy to be greedy, like the amount you make or whatever. I think every type of profit is good profit at the end of the day.
I mean, and the bottom line is this, guys. How much would you have made on that deal if you did nothing at all and just threw it in the trash can? You made zero. So you made $2,000. That is infinitely bigger than zero, which is great. You helped out your realtor friend. You got a relationship there. The seller's happy, obviously. They're stoked, right? And I think the key lesson here, Antonio and RJ, I'll vouch for this, is you got to monetize every single lead that comes across your plate. So this particular deal maybe was not an ideal wholesale deal, but you monetized it by referring it to a realtor. They listed the property, got it sold. You still made money. That, my friends, is the name of the game.
And
right at the end. Oh, go ahead.
He was only 19 years old, right?
Oh my God.
Plus, how many wholesale deals you got in the pipeline getting ready to close?
5 in the next coming month. Hopefully by Monday, we should close 2 of them and have them both gone. And then the other ones we have probably in the next 2 weeks. I got a guy, I was talking really good on the phone with him. He said he's in Florida, actually, in my backyard in the same city as me. And he said we're going to be working on a deal Monday. He's got a great property. He's like, the renters before trashed it. In my mind as an investor, I'm like, that's perfect. I was telling the guy, he's like, yeah, the renters, they're trashing it. I don't know what I want to do with it anymore. Me in my head, I'm like, this is perfect for me. You see the opportunity, you just want to take advantage of it.
Man, that's so inspiring to see somebody this young getting after it. No excuses, like there's so much opportunity out there. You can be 19, 18, 20. We're in our late 30s. It's like, there's no excuse. He's taking action. And I'm that's awesome, man.
Right. And actually, what inspired me most was actually from reading. Like I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then a bunch of other books, like the same kind of books as that. And that kind of opened up my mindset a little bit, because all through like college and whatnot, I was actually going through college. I recently dropped out. I was a 4.2, 4.3 student. I was going into the medical field, and then I seen an opportunity in real estate wholesaling and real estate in the future. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather use my talent, and, because book smart and street smart, they go together. You got to use them both. And I use them both to help me out and whatnot into the regular field,
Well, so, I mean, you believe in yourself. You have courage. You have the courage to take action and go find some seller leads. Number one, you have the courage to walk away from school. A lot of people leave school, Antonio, with what? Sure, they got a degree, but they also have a massive pile of debt. So now they're going to work for the next 15 years just paying off the debt, and they don't start building wealth until well into their 30s, right? So kudos to you, man, for taking action at 19, having faith in yourself. And then, so what? You don't need us to pep you up. You're already out there doing it. And just continue to be courageous. So what? Somebody says no, every single no. You don't need to hear this stuff, but some people do need to hear this stuff. It's okay. Not everything's going to go perfect. You're going to learn the most by getting out there and doing it. I mean, RJ is a huge fan of, you know, he got his start by Rich Dad Poor Dad. We're always learning. I got a whole bookshelf here in front of me. We're constantly reading, but no lesson is greater than getting in there, maybe making some mistakes, having the courage to make a mistake, and just taking that action. So good on you, bro.
And actually, a lot that helped me too is a lot of people don't know this, but I was a college football athlete before I even dropped out. So I was a Division II football athlete, but I had Division I offers as preferred walk-on. And I used what I used to talk to coaches as I do now in the real estate game. Because, you know, I learned from talking to these coaches that they have so many emails every day. You know, they get about 1,000 every hour, I would say. And, you know, you got to get that one to stand out to them. And I kind of use that in real estate as well to use something to stand out to a seller, you know, because if you do the same boring routine every time, they're going to be like, this guy called me 5 times already. I don't want to talk to him anymore. But if you set it out, you know, go out and change a little wording up, you know, use a different style of voice, style of tone. They really like appreciate that, and they can really see a difference. Cause I just got off the phone with a guy, one of my deals now. And he was like, you know, usually people, I last like 5 minutes on the phone before I hang up on them. But you, I don't know, I can hear a little something about you. And like, we were talking on the phone for about an hour. He's like, you know, I can really see a difference in you. I really want to have you buy my property off me. You're just like a really good guy. So, you know, it's just building that rapport that a lot of people don't like to get to.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You're 19 years old. The future looks bright. And Dave and I are here. We got let's just shoot for about another 5 minutes. Is there anything that we can do? We appreciate you being part of our community. And is there anything that we can do? Any questions that you guys that you have? Anything that you're challenged with that we could help you?
What would you say you guys' biggest struggles were when you first started into real estate wholesaling or real estate in general?
Yeah, I'll answer that first. It was consistency. It really was. It's like you get a deal, right? And then you got to invest it back into marketing and systems. And the best thing that I can tell you is like to get that consistency is, you know, you're going to have to duplicate your efforts, meaning that you're going to have to hire people. And the first hire was an administrative assistant, because you can hire a VA to be your administrative assistant, but you want to get back out of that whole, like, I gotta process this, I gotta do all of this administrative work. And, you know, you want to get back into talking to motivated sellers and talking to buyers, and then you build more consistency. And out of that, then you can get an acquisitions person, then you can get a dispositions person. And as soon as quick as possible, you can automate the revenue of wholesale. Then you can put your focus and drive into raising private capital and then finding assets that you can actually buy and hold.
Makes sense a lot. Yeah. And another question I have is, I've recently done deals where I had my cash buyers come from the Facebook groups. Do you guys know another like place I should look in? I know PropStream has flippers in the like filter section. Would have worked in the past for you guys finding different flippers as well? Because, you know, a lot of guys in these Facebook groups, they say they're flippers, but they're also wholesalers, and they just steal your deal. I've seen that happen a lot in TikTok. I've seen a lot of people shoot that out.
Yeah. So what you're looking for is buyers, right? Is that what you're saying? Like real buyers?
Yeah.
Listen, brother, everybody's a buyer in this market. We're in a crazy market. Today is, you know, April 8th, 2021. If you're just watching this video, the market is red hot. Inventory is at an all-time low. Interest rates are at an all-time low, meaning everybody can afford a lot of house right now. So I wouldn't get too caught up, you know, flipping to the Facebook groups and stuff like that. I'm telling you, if you could control a deal, reach out to the realtors. RJ and I have a designated cold caller that just reaches out to realtors, and the script is something along the lines of like, hey, I locate off-market inventory. Do you have cash buyers who are looking? Every realtor is going to say yes. And what you could do is, you know, tell the realtor to build their fee into a deal. And we find cash buyers through realtors all the time. And the realtor is actually happy too, because they're still going to earn a commission. But everybody's a buyer right now. Don't get too caught up with these other investors just like you. They're probably going to waste your time.
Right.
You're looking more for that retail type of buyer. And, you know, a lot of these buyers, they don't know who to talk to except for realtors. So the realtors, I guarantee every realtor you talk to has like 5 or 6 buyers. Selling the properties is the easy thing. It's identifying the off-market inventory and controlling underpriced and undervalued assets, which you're doing, right? So put your efforts there. You shouldn't really have a big trouble selling these things after you got them in contract.
Antonio, do you have MLS access?
No, because actually, what I've been doing lately is I've been looking in Florida, like driving for dollars. But actually, my market I like to do is in Michigan. I felt that's got the best opportunity for me. I want to build up my team, then attack Florida hard. That's what my plan is for the future. So I'm going to be contacting people in Michigan about MLS access, but I've been using PropStream a lot, and PropStream is just as fine.
You can, and then you just see who the realtor was that was on the MLS that had a cash sale, and do exactly what Dave said. You know, because a lot of realtors right now are hurting because there's not much inventory on the MLS to sell. So they're going to be grateful for your phone call. I come across a lot of off-market property, and I noticed that you were involved in that cash transaction as typically the buyer's agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got a deal very close to yours. And if you have a cash buyer, then let's do a deal. You can add your fee, like Dave was saying, on top of my price, or whatever commission that you want. Because it's all about just getting the deal done. Because guess what? Yeah, they want 3%, but it's gonna be out of your fee, right?
Right.
So that's how we're finding. They're everywhere, man. There's, you know, typically in our market, Columbus, there's normally in a normal market about 7,000 or 8,000 properties. Right now, 1,300. So all the realtors, they're hungry for off-market property. Right. Doesn't have to be. It can be a property that you just, like in your example, like you found a bird dog a deal. Like they just need inventory to eat, right? They need properties, and the MLS isn't going to give to them. So if they're not good at marketing to off-market properties, you come in, and you're the savior.
Funny you brought up realtors as well. When I was doing my deals in Michigan, I actually came across Jerry Norton's brother, who's a realtor. So I've been using him as well as a connection. I watched Jerry a lot on YouTube and all the stuff he's been doing. So I'm connected with his brother now. So now we've been like talking a little bit, planning some deals out as well.
That's awesome, man. You got any other questions? I want to make sure you get the best use of your time with us.
Well, when you guys typically like to do your contracts, like what's a typical inspection period you like to put? I've been just putting like 5 days after signing. That's what I've been doing. Is that the same thing you guys been doing?
I would give yourself a little more time than that, Antonio. And it's good to say this when you're negotiating with sellers. I would build in at least 30 days, and I would just say this is the industry standard. I bet even when you bought this house, it took you 30 days or more, you know, going through everything. But no, I mean, you don't really want to put yourself in a corner and and limit your time. You want to build in as much time as possible. I think our contracts, it's more of a template. I mean, we put 90 days on there. Sure, you got to reassure the seller and say, yes, I'm confident, you know, I'm going to get this thing moved for you. But it's the industry standard. It's 90 days. Or 30 days, whatever. Just be confident with your delivery and just say, what does standard mean? What is the industry standard? It's your standard, right? I mean, but I think 5 days might be cutting it a little close for you, Antonio.
Right, because after those 5 days at the inspection, you might not be able to get your earnest money back. So I mean, like that's why I like to do a little bit more. I was looking at that, but sometimes I double dip. The realtors, they'll put it like super low, so it's like I have to tell them even more to like up the days up a little bit, which was messing me up a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
Because I felt double dipping was helping a lot on the on market as well, because they want to get that extra commission. So I was using that like really effectively as well. That will help me get a couple of deals off of that.
Yep, and then when you start flipping, you can say, hey, you can also entice them to be like, you could be the listing agent, right?
Yeah, it's a good one.
So it's awesome, man. Any other last thoughts here?
Well, one more thing as well is I was recently going to start a YouTube channel and a TikTok as well. What are like the biggest thing you would say from starting those two things? I want to branch off into that business as well, because you can get a good passive income out of that just by doing your daily things and whatnot.
That's it. It's documenting and then telling your stories, which is something that I'm going to get better at. I'm learning. So I learned how to grow my TikTok. Actually, Kong gave me some tips, a buddy of ours. And then I also follow Gary Vee, and Gary Vee is like, look, if you don't know what to post, go back to posting your story on how you came up and like how you got started, and document what you're doing. So you can be like, you know, like for example, today we're doing this, and I'm going to send you this recording. This could be a piece of content for you. It's going to be content for us, and you could do Zoom recordings of you talking to sellers, you talking to buyers, you talking to realtors. Be okay with that stuff. Then you can go back into that video and say, look, here's, you want to listen to a call that I butchered, then, because then it can be like, oh man, this Antonio guy's really freaking vulnerable. You know, he's really transparent. I like him. I'm going to follow him, and then do a call where it's like, you just knocked it out of the park. So do experiences like that. And then when in doubt, you don't know what to post, document what you're doing and go back to the stories. Really helped with us. And then, you know, with TikTok, you only have 15, 30-minute videos. So when you're doing it, if you follow Kong, his biggest thing is the first 3 seconds, you got to have a good hook. Use a video editor to remove that dead space, you know, the pauses, the ums, cut it up to where it's quick, fast pieces of content. That's what I see working. And sometimes, man, Antonio, sometimes you got to be a little bit controversial.
Right.
You got to call people out. Like, you know, I called out recently in one of my videos where I got a ton of hate, but the hate actually helps because it pushes your video out when people comment. Was when I was calling out the entitlement mentality. And it's okay to stand up for what you believe in, man. Like, look, I'm an immigrant. We're all immigrants here. And we're lucky to be in America with all this opportunity. And there's just entitlement mentality, you know? And so, but if you call something out like that, it provokes this like change in mindset with people. And then they go into your profile and they get curious. It starts conversation. So that's my advice, man.
Right. I like how you brought up Kong too as well, because he has those little like clips where he's like moving all around, joking around, saying his catchphrases and whatnot. And like, if you say a catchphrase from Kong, like everyone knows who that is on TikTok. You know, you're just scrolling and you see, let's go get this Monet. And it's like you see that everywhere. So it's like Kong, it just clicks in your head like that. So you got to find something that's going to be clicking and someone can like recognize you from a mile away.
Yep, it's gonna come, man, and you just it's gonna come naturally. Like I don't have it yet, but I know it's gonna come because you just gotta get used to doing the videos. And now I am used to doing the videos now. Believe it or not, man, I used to be pretty shy, and Dave can attest to that. Like he's seen me kind of break out of my shell a little bit when we first met, but it takes that personal development and growth. And it sounds like you're on the right path, man. So I'm happy to connect with you, and you know, like thank you for doing this video. And
not a problem.
A good source of inspiration today, man. 19 years old, you're crushing it, man. That's awesome.
Because I originally started from you, Kong, and Thatch. So I mean, like, just be able to talk to you today is a blessing, because like a month ago I didn't know I'd be in the situation that I'm in now, and just like what the future is going to hold is bright. I mean, we can just only go from there.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, we thank you for being a part of this community. We're going to be getting a little bit more active with some of our courses, and our courses. What Dave and I are doing through, like, we're buy and hold investors. So, you know, once you get the wholesaling thing down and consistent, make sure you're saving your money so that you can start getting that rentals, your rental portfolio built, so that you have consistent money after that. And we'd love to help you out with that. That's what we've done. And that's kind of like our expertise, that we're really good at that. So anything that we can add value to you, just let us know. And we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate being here.
So I'll send you this recording. Dave, you got anything else?
No, man, just keep it up. You know, just be relentless, be fearless, be transparent, be vulnerable. Like when you're online, be yourself. Everybody knows when somebody's not being
right.
Yeah. Right. So be yourself. It is what it is. You know, there's an old saying, SW, 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 SW. Some will, some won't. So what? someone's waiting. And that's it. So just hang out, you know, be yourself and keep working hard and be fearless. That's all I got.